Okay, seems that I see a lot about counter steering online, and counter steering is absolutely very, very basic. I mean, if you're a noob, of course it's going to be something that you haven't encountered before. If you've been riding for 6 months and have taken any type of course work with instructors, on 125 cc's, that kind of thing, you're going to start learning about counter steering, and that's the start of it. But here's the thing, for me, why I say, if you're intermediate, advanced, and already been riding for a long time, man, this is like a no-brainer. And I say that literally. It is a no-brainer. And I get it. People get online and say, okay, if I push the handlebar on the left-hand side, which way is the bike going to go? Well, it's going to go to the left. Same thing if you push on the right, it's going to go to the right. Now, if you want to go to the right without pushing on that, you pull in on the left. And for the right, the same thing. If I had something here and I pulled in on this, I would go to the left. Counter steering is not a phenomenon. It's how these beasts work. It's a no-brainer. So for people out there who are confused about it, let me just say, get on your bike and ride. I'm going to show you just something real quick. I mean, this is really how simple this is. So if I'm going to pull out, obviously I want to find my friction zone. There's my friction zone. Puts power, right? Now look, if I push, I go left. Push right, I go right. Now, if I want to do this curve, I push a little right to the ling angle I want. I'm going to go left here. Same thing, you don't have to push really hard, just slight pressure and not down. When you got your hand like this, it does it, see? Okay, so it's the same thing. Left, go right, push right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Doesn't matter what speed you're going, it's the same concept, just more pressure. So there you have that. Now, if I want to go left and I'm not going to touch yet, watch what happens when I pull in right. Boom! To the left. Now let's see that going to the right. So I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to pull. There. And it's not a big pull because it's not a big curve. But that's the concept. Counter steering is a no-brainer. I don't know. I think when I really got down to learning about counter steering, it was me figuring, oh yeah, hey look, I push left, I go left, I push right, I go right. And it reverses. If you want to go right without having your handle, you just pull in on the left. I mean, it's that simple. It's not something that's difficult to do at all. So when you think about it, with a motorcycle, that's where it's all at. It's just, counter steering is a no-brainer, man. It's simple. Maybe you've seen somebody on camera, on video, pull in on it. Well, what's it going to do? It's going to go left. So it's basically changing. So instead of pulling, and you can do both, you can push left, pull right, and that kind of thing. But I mean, typically, depending on your speed, you're not really going to do that. But here's the thing about counter steering. in simple terms, if you want to go left, push left. If you want to go right, push right. If you want to go right without pushing left, pull in. If you want to go left without pushing left, pull the right handlebar in, and it'll drop you, it'll lean you. So I wonder if that's where people get confused, is on that aspect of, if I pull in on the right, I go left, and if I pull in on the left, I go right. You know, so I can see the confusion there, but it's very basic. And what I'm trying to tell you is, you need to get out on your bike, do some slow speed in a big parking lot, and do that, and then you're going to figure it out. And you just keep doing it until you get it. I mean, it's that simple. Keep doing it till you understand it, and it'll come to you. One moment you just wake up and say, wow, how did I not figure that out sooner? And it's really that simple. Anyway, I just see this stuff on YouTube often, you know, the counter steering and how difficult it is for people to understand. And for me, I'm just like, dude, it's a no-brainer. And I get it, if you see something on video versus real application, it can be confusing. And thus I say, get on your motorcycle and use it and figure it out. You'll get it. You'll understand it. And again, for the noobs, I get it. Yeah, it's going to be a concept that's new, because it is new. But for those people who've been riding for a year, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, it's a no-brainer. You should already know this. Counter steering is a no-brainer. So anyway, that's my take. And when I see videos like that, and I'm just kind of like, wow, man, do people really need to understand? I mean, that's what's making your bike do what it needs to do on turning. Anyway, people say, well, slow speed, you don't use it, and that's BS, man. You use it all the time. You have to use it to counter steer. You know, even if you're pulling or just slightly pushing. If I'm pushing, see there, I'm going to go left. If I'm pushing, I'm going to go right. It doesn't matter. It's there. You use it. So anyway, just my take, man, my little piece of advice. Get on your motorcycle, practice. You know, get out there and actually do it. Instead of going, oh, that guy said this is how it works, and well, why don't you be the one that says, yeah, the reason why I know how it works is because I use it, and I've used it on the street. Now, I'm not trying to teach you anything about counter steering. I'm just telling you, it's very basic. It's a no-brainer. You get out there and do it, and that's that simple. Anyway, you just stay safe out there, be vigilant, and practice.